Hey guys, Mike here. So I always love the stories about how people get started. How does the rubber meet the road? How do you get through these really hard challenges as an entrepreneur, as a freelancer, get over the hump and make it work? So figured I'd start out by telling my story, how I got my first client as a freelancer. And really it's about, what was going on in my journey during that time and how did I go from zero to getting started to making this a full-time gig for me. And the story was really, I got let go from my job 2 months before having twins. This was after being at a company for 9 years. They saw what's coming. They knew I was having twins. They let me go. And it was crushing. I loved the company I worked for. I was committed to it. I'd been flying across the country, to do work for them. And it honestly crushed me. And so I knew I wasn't going back to corporate. I wasn't going back to a place that could do that. Really, it was business. I get it. But also it's not great business. And so in the 2 months between me losing my job and having twins, I was like going through this phase of just like preparing for the family. I had a 2-year-old daughter at the time. So we ended up having 3 kids under 3 and I had no job. We just bought a house. I sold my car and upgraded to this minivan, which ended up being a lemon and cost me tons of money. And there was just this huge financial pressure on me to perform, make money, and provide essentially. My wife, she was having a baby and she had her own work to do and stuff. So it was a crazy time. It was an immense amount of pressure. In my first day as a freelancer, I remember just sitting down at my computer and just being like, like, what do we do? It's like, it really comes down to like, how do you take your skill set that you developed maybe at corporate or maybe somewhere else, and then turn that into how do I help people, help businesses do this and help businesses that want to pay me money to do this for them. I think, done for you services is the easiest thing to get going on because people, even if they know how to do it, they don't have time, they run out of time. And then maybe you have a skill set you can help them with. And I knew because, kind of after getting let go, I thought I want to put myself as close to the revenue source as possible because that's what people are going to need. Everybody needs new business. Everybody wants new clients. That's kind of the secret. And I enjoy that work too. So I try to get as close to the revenue source as possible. And I said, I'm going to help businesses grow using digital marketing. I wasn't a digital marketer before, but I had a skill set. I could do things like process data, run MailChimp, simple things like this. I kind of could build websites in WordPress. And so I said, I'm going to build WordPress. I'm going to help businesses grow. I posted it on LinkedIn and I told a few friends. And after my first post on LinkedIn, I got a message and it was from somebody who had gone to school with, I was on the rowing team with, hadn't talked to in maybe a decade, messaged me and said, hey, I got this friend who's in the area. They have this event series they're trying to grow. They're looking for somebody to help them with marketing. Like, would you want to help? And of course, when you're in this situation, yes, I would love to help. So that turned into a client that I worked with for more than 4 years. And that was my start. And a couple of weeks later, somebody else reached out and they were working with a local bike shop. They wanted to build a website and sell bikes online, essentially. And so that became my second client. And that client's still with me. It's been more than 5 years. So this is how it works. And then after I got those 2 clients, I got connected with an agency. And then that was like kind of some more project work that kept coming in frequently. And so I ended up with a local event series, a local bike shop, and a marketing agency. And this was kind of like the backbone of what I was going to do for the first year in helping businesses grow and trying to put my own spin on that. So I was doing a lot of building websites, I was doing SEO work, and I was doing custom marketing work. Basically, I committed myself to doing whatever it takes to help businesses grow and whatever. Like, I will figure it out. Whether it's building websites or learning how to run ads or thinking about how copywriting works, understanding the customer journey, crunching the data, I would do everything and anything to make the thing win. And that's why customers, I think, stuck with me and still stick with me. A lot of my clients that I still work with have been around for years. And I'm maybe undercharging, but I'm learning, right? And I'm still trying to figure out the thing that's going to really help businesses crush it. And I'm not going to get into all those details today, but many, many learnings through all of this, right? So I didn't have a niche. I didn't do the things you're probably supposed to do and that would help. I just worked hard and I took really good care of people. And those people stuck around and referred business. And a couple clients really is all you need to change the game when it comes to staying in the game. So my first year as a freelancer, I think I did about 77,000 when I looked back at my taxes. And that included 1 month of working for a company, a little bit of severance, and just like grinding all out while having 3 kids under 3 and like trying to do it all. So that was my story of how, how it came to be. And looking back on it, I still can't believe I went through this. Is just, wild memories, like waking up in the night thinking like, how am I going to do this? And going for it. But, one of the things is being like trying to go from corporate to freelancing and create your own paychecks and get that money coming in on a consistent basis is you have to figure out how your model is going to work. And I knew how much money I had to make every month to basically survive. And I divided that out by how much I had to make per day to make that happen. And then I would just set goals and like not stop working until I hit that goal. And it would be some days many, many hours. It took a while to get to the point where I was more effective with the work and I could earn more money in less time. And so I've never looked back. I've made more money every year as a freelancer, and you should, because you're continuing to get better, and that's what you want to do. So let me know if you're trying to figure out your first client or where you are in this process. Would love to hear it, and I look forward to talking to more freelancers and entrepreneurs about their journey from going from corporate or from zero at some level to being in the game and surviving year over year.